Yellowstone National Park may be closed an entire season due to historic and devastating flooding. Businesses are working fast to rebuild, trying to hold on to their summer tourism season.
We've had some intermediate park closures, but have never experienced a full-fledged Yellowstone National Park closed. 80% of our business is derived from Yellowstone or people going into Yellowstone, and that is shut off now. We'll welcome any guest to come because we are still open for business. We're going to act like it's just a normal great summer. I started working here in 1984 at 14 and did 10 summers here. Got married, got college done, all that stuff, and then to the wife's begging, we went and got real careers, and then 10 years later I came back and bought it. So I've been 30 years behind the counter. That register is 1913, and all NCRs under the drawer say the date it was made and who it was made for. And it was June something 1913 and says Cooke City Store. Also fire chief, EMS, search and rescue. Let's start with the flood, is that was dealing with that for 2 days pretty solid, and very involved in it and not thinking of consequences of this. I was thinking consequences to my community, and that was pretty overwhelming. And then after that was all done, it was then putting my different hat on and dealing with the economic things that are about to hit us. And that was a hard pill to swallow. We had our first town meeting with a bunch of head officials, and they made me sit at the head table with them, and that was a little strange. But then to do my update, I stood up and looked at all my fellow community members, and you could tell they were looking at me for the answers, and I just emotionally kind of lost it for a while, and just was, the fire chief hat came on after I did those updates, but when I put the storekeep hat, I call it on, it was pretty hard news to take, realizing that it was going to be a tough go for a while. We're a gateway town with the gate closed. Our closest resources, which was Yellowstone Park, we were cut off from them, so we definitely were hands-on on our own, like we usually are, but a little more intense this time. I actually locked my door the other day when we had a mudslide down here. Is the park's responsibility in a normal year to come maintain, and we don't have them. So I had to pull out some strings, get some guys with front-end loaders, and we take care of it ourselves. And maybe a little longer, but we did get a lane and a half opened, and we have through traffic to Silvergate now. When I was a kid, I was fishing in Yellowstone. This year I'm getting to refresh to those things that are wonderful. I was at Beartooth Lake. I've never fished that in my 40 years up here. The Beartooths are awesome. There's a ton of things to do. I've got horses, four-wheelers, rangers. There's a lot of places to go and explore, and a lot of great fishing, hiking, all the things that are in the park, except not the park. So there's a lot of great things to do in our region, and still a lot of wildlife. General Store has always been the information hub, always will be the information hub where people come to get knowledge of what to do, where to go hike, where to fish, and we still are.